Good day to you, America, and welcome to Dow's Weekly Digest. I certainly hope that you and yours are doing well. My friends, the word for this week is cooperation. Cooperation. So let's start, like we usually do, with a little cowboy wisdom. I really enjoy those cowboy wisdom sayings, especially when they're short on words, but they say so much. Here's one that I liked. Yep, his family tree was a shrub. His family tree was a shrub. On to some South Dakota trivia. Here's an example of cooperation that was needed by the family during the Dakota Territory. How many newspaper ads did the homesteaders have to purchase in order to claim land as their own? And what other requirements were needed? You see, the law said homesteaders had to buy 5 newspaper ads telling the public when they had lived on the land long enough and had made enough improvements to claim it as their own. Now, it took definitely cooperation from the whole family to make those improvements. And what does the Book of Wisdom, the Bible, say about cooperation? Let's start with the Old Testament, and I'm thinking of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Do 2 walk together unless they have agreed to meet? So if we're going to walk together, we have to cooperate with each other. New Testament example. I'm thinking of Mark chapter 2, verse 3. And they came, bringing him to Jesus, a paraplegic, carrying by 4 men. Remember, they dropped the paraplegic from the roof. They took the roof off and dropped him down. Cooperation. I remember growing up in a small northeastern town in Nebraska called Walt Hill. Now it's summertime, looking for something to do that didn't cost anything. So maybe going down to the bridge north of town and by the railroad and Logan Creek, a creek that happened to go north. And we're going to catch some crawdads. Now, as we'd walk on the railroad tracks, we'd actually walk on the railroad tracks. And so a challenge ensued. How far could you walk on the tracks without falling? Now, I never got very far. But Junior always seemed to go further than anyone. One day we asked Junior what was his secret. Now, you see, Junior, let's say, was over average size. And one day he shared his secret. He explained that he was too fat to see his feet. So he picked a target down on the tracks. And as he got close, he selected another target. Go as far as you can see, and when you get there, you're always going to be able to see further. Walk towards that goal. Now here's the irony. Junior turned into a philosopher. He pointed out that if you look down at your feet, all you see is rust and stinkweeds. On the other hand, when you look for that distant goal, the track, you will actually see the reaching. Now, how true it is. I would like to make one other point. Had Junior and I joined hands, being on the opposite tracks, we could have walked indefinitely without falling. That's cooperation. You can get whatever in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. Cooperation. My communication tip for today touches on cooperation. It goes like this. The more interested you are, the more interesting you'll be. Now I'd like to share with you a premier carrier, John Hancock. And they had the foresight to look outside the insurance industry, looking for this cooperation. I'm speaking of John Hancock with Vitality. The year was 2015. John Hancock combined life insurance with a technology-enabled wellness program that provides education, support, incentives, and rewards designed to support customers' overall well-being. Using behavioral science, John Hancock Vitality rewards healthy steps individuals take every day, like exercising, getting annual health screenings, staying tobacco-free, purchasing health food, and practicing, let's say, meditation and good sleep habits. Enabling customers to earn potential premium savings and discounts from the likes of Amazon, REI, Hotels.com, and fitness brands like Fitbit, Polar, and Garmin. John Hancock Vitality members are highly engaged, staying active and improving their health. A very recent analysis of member engagement found this: 76% are tracking their physical activity. 50% have reported a reduction in their BMI. 40% have reduced their vitality age, decreasing the gap relative to their chronological age. With the cooperation of all stakeholders, John Hancock with Vitality is redrawing the life insurance roadmap. What better way to look at John Hancock with their Vitality, then let's go to the fmiAgent website. I'm going to go to Agent Tools, and on the right hand side here I'm going to go to Sales and Marketing. Scroll down to Products, and from Products I'm now going to scroll down to the John Hancock logo. And now looking at Products, I want to click on to Vitality Term. Now I'm going to scroll down to the Sales tool and click on to that document entitled Term with Vitality Microsite. So I immediately see some of the parameters, and I see a premium comparison indicating a savings in premium with Vitality as a definite possibility for my client. At the top now I see different categories like Overview, Products, Prospecting, Marketing Materials, Resources, and even an option to run a proposal. At each one of those categories, I'd be contacting my internal wholesaler if I had any question. But let's look briefly at each one of them. The first one being Overview. Here I see Vitality Plus, a possibility of a 15% premium saving. I see health options available, such as an Apple Watch or health and nutrition magazines. Now scrolling down, I see how it works and how my client can earn these points, and from those points they can receive then premium reduction and still enjoy all those other rewards. Clicking now onto Products, I see the vast array of products that the Vitality can be with. The next area, Marketing Materials. I can see on the term and look at the consumer materials available to me. Notice that there's a producer material available, such as a very in-depth producer's guide, and I can do a deeper dive to the discounts. Third area, Prospecting. Prospecting materials available to me, and again, I could get samples or I could get supply from my internal wholesaler. Next tab, Resources. And if I click on the client testimonials, I see videos. But I want to point out here that these videos are clientele that is enjoying the benefits of Vitality, but they're at different life stages. All available to you. Consider this new concept in our industry. This is not static, but also going forward, giving them resources and tools to not only maintain, but also improve their health well-being. Now that's improving their total financial well-being. Consider contacting your internal wholesaler and asking them about more information on John Hancock Vitality Program. Particularly ask them how they would approach a diabetic client. You see, Vitality is not just for the Preferred and the Preferred Plus. The video that I would like to share with you today is a very, very special one to me. You see, this father and son team exemplifies cooperation and the phrase, yes you can, yes you can. John Hancock has been their sponsor since 2008. The father and son team I'm speaking of is Dick and Rick Hoyt. They've been in many, many races as father and son. Now this includes marathons as well as Ironman triathlons and more. Now winning any race has never been their goal. Simply finishing the race within the allotted time is what makes them feel like winners. Rick Hoyt was born with cerebral palsy. His father, Dick, was determined not to let his son's special need keep him from being in races. And what an incredible duo they became.
God reminded me through you and your son that I am the right mother for my children. Me and my love are enough.
Last fall, we won the first conference football championship in school history. Before the game that clinched it for us, I showed the guys a video of you two. Needless to say, they were ready to play that night.
My 9-year-old daughter is a high-functioning mosaic Down syndrome child. She deserves to be taught just like the other kids. When her IEP team comes back together, I'm going to play your video for them and say, yes, she can.
I have your book on my nightstand, and I touch it every morning. That helps me when I'm looking for an excuse not to run or work out, and even for when I'm feeling sorry for myself.
You know, I cried because your video gave me hope. Right then and there, I decided I was going to change my habits. I made a vow. I would run the New York City Marathon.
I'm a graduate student in artificial intelligence and robotics. I hope that someday that maybe some of my algorithms are used to help someone like you, to express their personality and will, their strength and ideas.
Dick, if I can be half the father you are, I'll be the happiest guy on the planet. And Rick, if my kids grow up to have the courage and commitment you have, I'll be the proudest.
Well, so far I've lost 115 pounds. Well, you know, I still have a ways to go. But when the going gets tough or when I don't really feel like exercising, I just think about you guys. And that gets me going.
Dick and Rick Hoyt have never quit a race. They live for their special love and dedication to one another. Now, all good things must come to an end. When Dick reached 73 and Rick 52, the father and son team, who had inspired so many people, felt it was time to give up competing in races. Initially, they were going to make 2013 Boston Marathon their last race. It had always been one of their favorites. The terrorist bombing made runners unable to finish the race. In fact, Dick and Rick were stopped at mile marker 23. They were determined not to let that be their last race. The father and son team in 2014 Boston Marathon, that was their final race. And I thank John Hancock for sponsoring the Hoyt team. Dick is now 80 and Rick is 59. If you want to know more about the Hoyt family story, I would invite you to go to YouTube and search Devoted, A Father's Love, The Incredible Journey. Folks, you know it and I know it too. GP for you is G. God's plan for you is great. We also know there are many times where God's plan and timing is so much different than ours. Example, my nephew in Panama, Pedrito, when growing up, indicated to me, "Uncle, I want to be an engineer." Now, Pedrito applied himself and received his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering at the University of Panama. Last week, I received a Zoom call from Pedrito, and he let me know, "Uncle, I'm applying with the South Dakota School of Mines, located here in Rapid City, to get his master's degree in electrical engineering." We were so overjoyed and happy, and we let Pedrito know that anything that we can do to help him, we will be there. cooperating with the good Lord's plan all the way. Yes, GP for you equals G. God's plan for you is great. And blessed are those who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called insurance agents. You take care.